Hello, hello, beautiful people of YouTuber. What is going on? We've got another lovely day on the West Coast. Oh no! I have been setting my trailer up. We're going to take this on Saturday to do an event. Oh man. And it's not quite straight. I don't know if you can see, but the hopper doesn't quite go on. But I think that's okay. I think it'll be okay. Yeah, so I will be taking the trailer. So this thing is actually bungeed to, oops, where did I go? This thing is bungeed, see that, to this, it's a post that this is on. And I got my blender bungeed, and oops. Yeah, so I'm just trying to get ready to go, get everything ready to take to the show. On Saturday we have a metaphysical fair, and then on Sunday we have our flat earth outreach that we're doing. Pretty exciting. And I was just going to talk to you guys about some of what I've learned and experiences in looking into religion. And I've been having the Mormons over, and they've been helping out around the property, which is really great because I can't seem to find anybody else to help. You can't even pay people. There's just like a lack of like people to do laborious type of work in Tuesday, but anyway, so the Mormons had been helping, and I thought, well, I haven't looked for myself into what the Mormons believe, so I figured that I would give it an honest look for myself and see what I thought. And I haven't had much time. I haven't even started reading the Book of Mormon, even though they gave me one, and I would like to read some of it. I just haven't yet because I've been a little busy. But I do plan to. And one of the things, though, that I had discovered, I was doing a search on the leaders, like who was in charge of the Mormon Church and the whole history of who was in charge. And I found a photo of one of the leaders. It was like only the third leader. So there was Joseph Smith, who apparently like saw this angel of light, which immediately when they were like, they saw this angel of light and said, "Behold, this is my son in whom I'm well pleased." It just sounded like, that book when Jesus said, like, if even an angel of light comes and gives you another doctrine, don't depart from my doctrine. So immediately I was just like, I don't know, this just doesn't sound right. When they were telling me that, and then I found that, so there was Joseph Smith, and then there was this other guy that was about his same age that took over the church after he died. And then the third one was Joseph Smith's grandson. He went by Joseph Smith, and I believe it was like Joseph Smith the third or something. It could have been his son. I don't know exactly, but this was just like a really quick Google search or DuckDuckGo search, and that grandson was pictured doing the hidden hand pose, which is a Freemason It's a Freemason hand sign. I told these missionaries that I had found their leader doing that hand sign, and that it was not a good hand sign. The Freemasons were not good people and all this stuff. Well, the kid told me he didn't really know that he didn't really know much about the Freemasons, but that he had heard of them, and he was aware that that church leadership in the past was also Freemasons. So that was, my whole thing is like, how can you trust a liar? Freemasons literally lie. They literally lie to everybody. I've been lied to my face by one. When one came up, I worked at a coffee shop in Jacksonville, and there was a Masonic lodge literally right next door. And this guy coming out of a Freemason meeting with a Masonic ring on. Okay, so obviously I know what he's fucking doing. Well, I asked him, oh my gosh, so are you guys totally the secret society? This was like a long time ago. This was back in the 90s. So this was like before I really learned that they were like truly monsters. And he said, nope, it's not true. They don't exist. So he just lied directly to my face. So, I mean, that's my first thing about the Mormon church is how can you even trust, a bunch of Freemasons? Your leaders are Freemasons, which is the same thing that's going on in the Christian church. I just found out Spurgeon was preaching false doctrine, and even Billy Graham were both Masons. Which is a little bit traumatic for me because those were kind of like the big heavy hitters in Christianity, which is how I grew up. But so then the Mormons come over and they're like, well, we're gonna do a lesson for the kids and do the 10 Commandments. And I'm like, great. So they go, the first commandment is love God, but nobody before God. And they go, number 2 commandment. And I'm just like sitting there, and my kids look up at me because they know all of these symbols as well. I teach them so we can stay away and avoid them. And also, you can't avoid teaching your children about these things because these symbols are on everything. They're in everything. And if you buy anything from the store, you're probably going to run into one of these symbols. So we are aware of them so that we can avoid them. But so my kids looked up at me and I was like, okay, well, hopefully there won't be any more. I didn't say anything. And then they go 3. And then he goes like this. And then he goes 4. What does that look like? And I go, oh my gosh. I go, that is a devil horn. That is a double devil horn. Are you kidding me? And he goes, what? I didn't know that. And I'm like, yes, this is satanic for the devil, the goat. The horned goat. And he goes, well, I didn't know that. And I go, well, now you do. And he's like, well, we're just, it's a church steeple. Like it's a church. And I go, but you're teaching this to my children. And he's like, well, but what about when Moses had the staff with the snake on it? I mean, that is supposed to be a symbol of the devil, but really it's a symbol of Jesus, he tells me. I said, how is that a symbol of Jesus? I go, first of all, I'm not saying that you can't do this, but I'm saying that this is a symbol that we are as well known to use for Lucifer, and you're not going to be teaching it to my children while you're teaching them the 10 Commandments. I go, it's the same thing where, everybody wants me to compromise what I say is wrong. If I call out evil or if I call out what this is messed up and we're not doing this, well, but you can't judge those. The Bible says that you can't judge, those that eat meat sacrificed to idols. God told you not to judge them. Well, I'm not judging everybody else. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord and we will honor him. And if I know that there's a symbol that honors his enemy, well, I hate his enemy. His enemy has destroyed everything good and tried to destroy my very life and my family's life. And he's out to get us. So I hate all of his symbols. So that was kind of trippy to even see them doing that, teaching these freaking devil hand signs to children while they sit under Freemasonic leadership. I mean, it's just also absurd, like people don't want to believe the Holy Scriptures. Even Christians are like, yeah, well, it's like inspired by God, but like not exactly. Like a lot of it's like an allegory. Yeah. Like Solomon's temple was an allegory. No, Solomon's temple was actual instructions on how to build a temple. And the creation story was actual instructions on how he built it, or descriptions of how he formed our earth with a firm foundation, never moving, unmoving, with a firmament over the top. So then listen to this. So then I have a friend who wanted to come help me out with my trailer. He was the one who came and helped me secure this stuff. So he came over and I was going off about something about the Freemasons, and he reveals a tattoo on his arm. And of course, it's the compass with the G, the Freemason symbol. I was just like, wow. How could I believe anything you have to say from this point forward, knowing that you're a Freemason? They're liars. Oh no, I've been honest with you. I'm being honest with you, telling you that I'm a Mason right now, and I'm not a Freemason. I'm only a Mason, and I'm the highest degree Mason. I'm a 3rd degree Mason, and they're the highest degree Mason. And I serve God, Yahweh. He tells me all this stuff. The G in the middle of it, it's for God. And earlier that morning, or maybe it was the morning before, I had read this verse that said, don't judge a matter before the end of it. And so really, although this is a satanic organization, the Freemasons, not everybody that's a Freemason, in fact, most of the members don't even have a clue that they actually serve Lucifer, that the leaders serve Lucifer, which I believe every major religion, organized religion in the world at the top serves Lucifer. I honestly believe that with all my heart. I don't believe we can trust any of these organized religions, and that they're just all super corrupt. So, I mean, but the difference is you have these religions preaching Jesus, or at least somewhat good things, and they're out in the open. Okay? Freemasons don't teach anything good. They don't teach good things, and they're not out in the open. They secretly meet, and their stuff is all a secret. And the truth of it, if you look into the literature, is that it's fucking evil. I mean, they think it's right because it's all backwards. Everything that they believe is inverted and backwards. It's a mirror image. So the things that we think are bad, they think are good. And that's what's fucked up, but so, although I don't judge this gentleman who was over here, I just don't feel like I could associate myself with a person that was affiliated and aligned with an organization that is like actually knowingly lying, being lieful and dishonest. And, like at the top of, it's just very interesting, sort of line to walk in searching out the truth. But this guy really wasn't interested in anything I had to say. He's like, I did a whole 1.5 years of study before I even decided to become a Mason. And I found nothing. Like, all they could find are like accuse us of things bad. Like, there was no proof of anybody doing anything bad. And it's like, oh, well, you all have a very good system of lying, covering for each other. So that doesn't surprise me that there's no proof. However, in your own literature, read your own literature. What does it state? And so I sent him a part of one of the pieces of literature that literally says to deceive your own members, that the members don't even know what's going on. And so I just don't know how you could be like, wow, they want to deceive their own members, which is me. Maybe I should look a little bit further into this. He's just like, okay, well, I see you've judged me and have a nice day. It's like, no, I'm not judging you. I'm judging the organization that you're affiliating yourself with. The Proverbs talks over and over about us having a good reputation of being faithful. I'm sorry, but the Freemasons do not have a faithful reputation. So I just encouraged him to search the scriptures, the Holy Scriptures, and to look into their literature. And, you know, I wished him all wisdom and truth in discovering and seeing if what he was affiliated with is aligning with the Holy Scriptures. Because if he's honest with himself, he'll find that they're not. But my guess is he knows what it is and is willingly a part of it. So you can't trust a Freemason. So that's that. That's my rant this morning. And today's a big day. It's Friday. We have some fabulous company coming over. We actually have our flat earth friends that are coming with awesome cameras. We got the P1000 and we're going to try to debunk curvature today. I'm so excited. Because like I've said in past videos, if you can debunk curvature, this is their model. Like the only proof they have for the globe is their model and their numbers and their images that are all composite images, by the way. We don't actually have one photograph. And they're in math numbers. So if the curvature is off, then guess what? The whole model is off. The whole model falls apart. So, really, this is scientific. Science is a method. Science is not a settled and done deal. It's a method. Okay, the scientific method, it requires and incorporates testing, observing, and repeating, gathering information, making a hypothesis. And one of the things that we can not test or repeat ever, nobody ever has, is water sticking to an object. It's never been done. So, and also a vacuum equilibrium is the second law of thermodynamics, that air pressure will always find its equilibrium. So an air pressure system cannot exist next to a vacuum without a barrier. It has never been reproduced that it was possible for that to happen. So you have two things right off the bat that we've never been able to reproduce on the heliocentric model or the globe model. And yet we have many, many scientific methodologies and natural laws that we can prove over and over and over again that prove that the earth is flat and that there is no curvature, such as water always finding its level. I mean, think about water for a minute. It not only finds its level, but it also finds the course of least resistance. So it is constantly seeking down and finding a level. That's why it's called sea level. And a level uses liquid in it. So you know that it's level. And just think about it. Everything is level. If your table isn't level, everything slides off. I mean, everything has to be level. Think about trying to cook when it's not level. Okay? Everything in our observable reality is level. And we can see further than the curve should allow. So that right there, the fact that we can see further than the curvature allows, that there's many canals, tunnels, railways, and bridges that have been constructed with absolutely no allowance for curvature. It's flat, bro. It's flat. So, to me, the overwhelming scientific evidence is in favor of a flat and non-rotating Earth. So that's what we're going to go do. And I'm not doing this because I need more proof. I'm convinced. I'm already convinced that NASA's a big bunch of liars. In fact, I was watching a show last night. I watched Jaronism on YouTube, and he puts out this hilarious show called the NASA Comedy Hour, and he highlights all their videos. And he was doing the ISS, the International Space Station. He was just like, all right, let's just see. He hadn't looked ahead, so he didn't even know what there was going to be on there. But when he got there, it was crazy. There was like so many live feeds that were just like completely blue screen, like nothing was even there. And then there was a bunch that were just red screen, nothing there. A bunch of videos that were just really short, like 15 seconds long. Just, weird. And they didn't even look real. I mean, you guys got to go check this stuff out for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. You got to go look at the streams. Okay. These people aren't even trying. We pay them $56 million a day. They should be coming out with phenomenal movies for us, and Mars missions and moon missions. But literally everything they do is terrible and fake. So I just encourage you guys to be entertained, to at least laugh. It was a really good one. I liked that show. All right. I think all right. Ready to steam some milk. Oh my gosh. I have no milk in here. No milk in my fridge. Oops. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. What the heck? The whole lid popped off. Uh-oh. We got a lidless milk. All right, guys. You guys want to see some steaming action? Woo. Oh, yeah. Little mocha. Actually, I'm going to do the Snickers version, which is just a little bit of caramel on top. I'll show you. Dun, 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 dun. Man, this camera. There we go. Das my mocha, my caramel mocha. So, happy morning to you all. Tomorrow is Sabbath, and I hope that everybody gets refreshed and lifted up, encouraged in your spirit and your soul tomorrow. Cheers. Oh, I love that foam. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.